Hello everyone, greetings from Vincentio Tech Solutions Private Limited. I am Rahul Singh, Solution Architect at Vincentio Technologies, and I'll be going through a online demo of our newly launched product called VnetMox. So VnetMox is a virtualization platform, and you can also look at it as a competitor to VMware or Dell Nutanix. So let's quickly go through the features which we are offering in VnetMox. So VnetMox is based on open source Proxmox engine with certain in-house customization by our company. With the built-in web interface, you can easily manage VMs, containers, software-defined storage, and clustering of the setup and various other features, right? So we'll talk about the core features first. So like any virtualization tool, it is Debian based, and it uses KVM for virtual machine management. So the core features are that apart from just managing virtual machines, you can also manage containers. It has a central dashboard for management. It also supports live migration and online migration between various two different nodes having shared storage. Then it also has REST API for automation if you want to orchestrate this tool from a northbound device, that can be done. It has role-based access control, so you can create n number of users and provide them with various access control policies. So certain users can have view only, rights only, and certain users can have creation rights and other rights. Right? So that's there. And then it also has an Android app for management. So let's say if you want to manage it through your phone, or at least view the logs or certain things from your phone, that can be done. It has a clustered storage and file system. So it supports Ceph S3 and it is a distributed file system. So that can be used. It also supports SAN storages and various NAS storages. It has an inbuilt firewall. So firewall rules can be applied to the host or to the virtual machine. Then software-defined network comes inbuilt with this product. So you can use software-defined networking, and software-defined storage also comes inbuilt with this product. So you can use that. There is no additional charges or anything for the going for the software-defined storage or software-defined networking. And very concerning feature which it has is the backup and restore facility. So unlike other platforms where you can only snapshot your virtual machine or create a clone of your virtual machine or create a template out of your virtual machine, this system also allows you to do a full backup to a remote storage target. It can be a NAS, it can be a SAN, whatever, it can do that. And it could also be a tape drive. So an entire suite of backup and restore comes by default with this product. So now we'll do a quick comparison between VnetMox and ESXi. So VnetMox is open source plus some proprietary code. ESXi is completely proprietary code owned by VMware. VnetMox is based out of Debian and uses Linux kernel virtual machine, whereas VMware uses VM kernel. Then both are supporting central management, clustering, high availability, storage and backup API, live migration, and VM load balancing. But the only thing is which stands VnetMox out from the ESXi is that to avail these kind of advanced features on ESXi, you need the enterprise license, which is very, very, very costly. And free trial, VnetMox gives you the option to use the product for free, and ESXi, it will only allow you to use the product for 60 days. Post that, it will start complaining for the licenses and start restricting the features, whereas VnetMox does not restrict any feature. And then pricing, it has a cost-effective licensing pricing, and then ESXi, you get full features once you have a paid license. Of course, for various features, you need to have a different licensing with ESXi. So someone would use standard licenses, someone would use enterprise licenses, someone would go for data center licenses. Then lastly, both are type 1 hypervisor, offer excellent performance, and ESXi is like industry standard virtualization solution. And so we'll just quickly compare both of them. So maximum amount of physical memory across the entire cluster which you can have in VnetMox is about 128 terabytes, whereas ESXi is only 24 terabytes. Maximum number of hosts per cluster, both support 96, and maximum number of CPUs per cluster, both support 768. So these are the kind of metrics. So now we'll jump into the online demo. So this is a production cluster. We'll come to it later. So as soon as you log in, there is a top level item called data center, and you have a summary button here, so you can check inside your entire data center. There can be multiple nodes, and each node and in the entire cluster, how many virtual machines are running, how many are stocked, how many containers are running, and how many are stocked. Now, of course, this is a demo environment, so we don't have a lot of virtual machines or containers running onto it, but all those options are there. Now, as I spoke about backup and other options in the demo, so you can see that there's a backup. You can schedule the backup. It can do incremental backups. It can do a full backups. You can schedule the backup to run every week, every day, every hour, depending upon your needs, right? It also supports replication to the other node. So this one is a single node. So as you can see, it is selling that you at least need two nodes for replication to occur. Now there are API tokens. So as I spoke about automations, right? So automating anything requires API tokens for the authentication. So that is there. Supports two factors, has AD, LDAP support is there. You can create various users, you can group various users. All those things are there. High availability is there by default. Right now, this is a single node, so there is no there is no high availability. But once you have more than one node, the high availability is configured. Then you also have the firewall option, so you can create security groups, you can create aliases, you can configure IP sets. So all of these things are there. Okay, so you can configure a data center level firewall. That means whatever rules you create apply to all of the nodes, or you can create a per node firewall. Okay, so both the options are present. Then let's talk about storage. So you can see it supports local storage, hard disk based storage, LVM based storage, SAN storage, and other things. So it also supports directory based storage. It supports clusterFS, CephFS. It also supports ZFS. So you can see there are lots and lots of storage options over here. And then yeah, let's go to, yeah, we already went through some. So let's go to the node. So on the node, you can see what particular amount, type of different storage options are there. But if you go to the summary, it will also tell you what is the CPU usage. So on the data center summary, what you're saying is the aggregate of the entire cluster. But when you click on a node and go to its summary, it will show you the summary of that particular node. So CPU usage, RAM usage, hard disk space, and it is also giving you a real-time monitoring of that node. So you can see CPU, memory, server load, and all of those things. And you can also check the network traffic. And the system is like easily upgradable. You go to updates here, click repositories, and you can go for the update. And then also DNS, a lot of certificates can be generated. DNS servers can be used. A local DNS server or remote DNS server can be used. And then there are like a lot of other configuration options. Since we want to keep the this demo short, so we'll just talk about the major options available. So we can go here. We can create a VM. Very simple creation. Just type in a random name, and then you need to select the operating system, and you need to select the ISO image. So ISO image, I can use Windows 10, Ubuntu, so I'll just go for Ubuntu right now. And then you click next, leave everything as default. And under disk, how much space you want, right? So that can be configured. Then amount of CPU, amount of memory, amount of the network, and post that, you're done, and it will create it, right? So right now we don't want to create it, but just for the demo purpose. So VM creation is very simple, and that you can group various virtual machines into a pool. You can create different types of pools according to your need. So now we'll quickly go to a production cluster where we can see other features in action, right? So as we go to data center and we check the summary over here, you can see this is a 5-node cluster. All of them are online, and none is offline. And you can see the aggregate usage of the cluster. So from 160 CPUs available to the cluster, 26% is in use. From 1.5 terabyte of RAM available, 50% is used. And then about from 22 terabytes, 16.8 terabytes is in use. So on the entire cluster, this cluster is running 70 virtual machines, 27 are in stop states, and it has two templates. Then it is running 23 containers, and 12 of them are in stop state. Okay, and you can check that this data center summary is also showing you the node information, like each node, server address, and all those stuff. Right? So options I already showed you, but I just wanted to come to a live production environment so that it is easy for the end user to understand that this is a stable product, and it has a good scalability, it has good set of features, and at very surprising low prices. So now if I go to a node, let's quickly check node. So now if you check the summary, right, it is giving you CPU, it is giving you RAM, it is giving you hard disk, all of that information is there. Here you have the firewalls, you can create rules. Now this is a production environment, so we don't want to create anything here. It is just like you can consider that we are going for view only mode for this production environment, right? So as I told you, you can have multiple groups, right? So you can see we have IT, Calom, Wi-Fi, client test. These are three groups. Now each virtual machine can be part of any group, or it can also not be part of any group. But just to categorize and do bulk operations on a group, this option is very helpful. Now let us expand any one of the nodes, so you can see there's lots and lots of virtual machines are running, and you can see. Yeah. So similarly for other nodes, if we check, you can see other nodes are also running. Right. These are the virtual machines, these are containers. It also has a dark theme, so you can see here we have dark theme enabled on this platform, but here we are using a white theme. So both themes are available, and yeah, and I also wanted to show you the software-defined storage, right? So this cluster is making use of software-defined storage. So you can see there are 33 hard drives, and it is how much the total number of storage. It should display somewhere. Yeah, here. So out of 60.7 terabytes, 46.25 terabyte is in use for software defined storage, and you can check the IOPS. So you can check the reads. It's about 11.35 and 11.40 megabytes per second. The reads and writes are going on. Right? So those options are there. And if we talk about HA, so you can see there is a quorum. Right now, one node has been elected as master, and this is a cluster of nodes, right? So those things you can evaluate. And all of these features come under the standard license itself, so you don't need to worry about the licensing too much, right? And product, we don't restrict the product in any manner. Even if you're downloading it for free, you can use it, but then you don't have professional support. It is highly not advisable for people to run this platform in production environment without any support. Okay, so I guess, yeah, and we can talk about the storage options as well. So you can see lots of storage and backup options are there. We go to the backup, you can see a lot of backups are also there. There is a schedule of every 2 days to do the backup, right? So all those options are there. And okay, so I guess, yeah, that's it. And thank you all for listening to the team. And I hope you would like this product and you would go for this product. To have more details about the product, visit our website vincentio.in, vincentio.in. Okay, thank you guys.